Hello, friends. I'm Dr. William Li. Today, I want to talk to you heart to heart, especially if you're over 60. I want to invite you into a new way of thinking about one of the most talked about, praised, and unfortunately, misunderstood foods in the modern diet, the avocado. Now, you've probably heard 1,000 times that avocados are a superfood packed with healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants. And that's true. I use them in my kitchen. I talk about them in my work. But I need to be clear, just because a food is powerful doesn't mean it's always safe. And just because something is healthy for one person at one age doesn't mean it remains healthy across all stages of life. So here's what we need to understand as we age, particularly after 60. Our body changes, our metabolism slows, our microbiome shifts, our hormone balance fluctuates, and foods that were once allies can become hidden threats. I've seen it in the data. I've seen it in my patients. I've even seen it in my own family. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 6 deadly avocado mistakes that could be silently destroying your health. Yes, even if you've been eating them with good intentions. But this isn't about fear. This is about empowerment. Once you understand these 6 mistakes, you can take control again. You can protect your brain, your heart, your metabolism, your joints. You can still enjoy the benefits of this remarkable fruit, but without the silent damage. Let's begin. Mistake A1Z, thinking healthy fat means unlimited fat. This is one of the most common traps. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fat, particularly oleic acid, the same kind of fat found in olive oil, which has remarkable anti-inflammatory effects and is tied to heart health. But here's what I want you to remember. Even healthy fats carry calories, and when you're over 60, your basal metabolic rate, how many calories your body burns at rest, can drop by up to 30%. So if you're spreading avocado on toast every morning, tossing half of one into your smoothie, adding it to your salad, and dipping your chips in guacamole, you could be overloading your system with fat your body no longer needs. That's fat your liver has to process. That's fat your gut has to digest. That's fat that may be stored in your abdomen, around your organs, turning into visceral fat, which we know is one of the biggest risk factors for metabolic disease, heart disease, and even some cancers. So my advice, treat avocado like medicine. The right dose can heal. The wrong dose can harm. Mistake F2I, eating oxidized avocados. Here's something most people don't realize. When you cut open an avocado and let it sit even for 15 to 30 minutes, it starts to oxidize. That's what causes the browning. And while some browning is natural, this process creates compounds called lipid peroxides, a byproduct of fat exposed to air that can actually cause oxidative stress inside your body when consumed. Now, what does that mean in plain language? It means instead of fighting inflammation, that avocado could be adding to it. And we know that chronic inflammation is the root of many age-related diseases, Alzheimer's, arthritis, cardiovascular disease, even type 2 diabetes. So what can you do? If you cut an avocado, eat it fresh. Don't let it sit. And if it turns brown, scrape off the oxidized surface before consuming the rest. That's a simple change, but it protects your cells from oxidative damage. Mistake A3. Pairing avocado with ultra-processed foods, I see this all the time, and it makes me cringe. You've got people trying to healthify fast food. They take a cheeseburger and throw a few avocado slices on it, or they smear avocado onto highly processed white bread, or they dip tortilla chips deep, fried in seed oils, into guacamole and call it a balanced snack. Friends, this is a metabolic disaster. Avocado is nutrient-dense, yes. But when you pair it with refined carbs and processed oils, you're spiking your blood sugar, increasing LDL cholesterol, and flooding your gut microbiome with inflammatory compounds. This is not the way to support longevity. In fact, it accelerates aging. You want to pair avocado with whole foods, colorful vegetables, leafy greens, wild salmon, legumes. Foods that work synergistically to support health, not sabotage it. Mistake 4A, ignoring portion size. And now I've done the research. I've looked at the data, and here's what it shows. For the average adult over 60, the sweet spot for avocado intake is 1/4 to 1/2 of a medium avocado per day. Not a whole one, not 2, and definitely not more. You see, avocados are calorie dense. One medium avocado has around 150-300 calories. If you're eating a whole one every day on top of your regular meals, you're likely in a caloric surplus. And that leads to weight gain, not the kind you see in the mirror, but the kind that builds silently around your organs and gums up your metabolism. Even worse, excessive fat, yes, even from good sources, can overload the gallbladder, leading to digestive issues, bloating, and even gallstones in some individuals. So remember, a little goes a long way. You're not 25 anymore. Your body needs precision. Give it the right fuel in the right amount. Mistake 0.5e, not considering your medications. This one might surprise you. If you're over 60, chances are you're on at least one medication. Statins, beta blockers, blood pressure meds, anticoagulants like warfarin. And here's the issue. Avocados are high in vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in blood clotting. So if you're on blood thinners, for example, and you suddenly increase your avocado intake, you could throw off your medication balance. That could lead to dangerous outcomes, excessive clotting, or on the flip side, increased bleeding risk. Now, I'm not telling you to cut out avocado if you're on medication, but I am telling you to talk to your doctor. Get your INR checked. Monitor how foods interact with your prescriptions. This is what true health empowerment looks like. Understanding the whole picture, not just isolated nutrition facts. Mistake P6A, believing avocado alone will save you. This is the most important mistake of all. Too often, we put our faith in a single food, a single supplement, a single superfood to save us. But the truth I've discovered through decades of research, clinical work, and global nutritional studies is this: no single food will save you. Avocado is not a miracle. It's a tool, a powerful one, yes, but only when used in the context of a whole lifestyle built on movement, sleep, love, connection, and purpose. If you're over 60, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your body is still capable of transformation. Your blood vessels can regenerate. Your brain can grow new neurons. Your gut microbiome can rebound. But this doesn't happen because of one green fruit. It happens because you decide, starting today, to take full responsibility for your health. That means choosing whole, unprocessed foods. That means drinking clean water, sleeping deeply, walking in the sunlight. That means reducing stress, breathing fully, laughing often. And yes, it also means understanding how to eat the foods you love intelligently. Avocado isn't the enemy, but misinformation is. And if no one's ever told you that too much avocado, the wrong kind of avocado, or the wrong combinations can cause harm, then now you know. You deserve better than vague health advice. You deserve clarity. You deserve science. You deserve vitality, not just the absence of disease, but the presence of vibrant living. So here's what I encourage you to do. Look at your daily routine. Be honest. Where have you over-relied on avocado? Where have you combined it with inflammatory foods? Where have you ignored your portion sizes or eaten leftovers long oxidized? Where have you forgotten to listen to your body? And once you see it, you can change it. It's never too late. The body you have right now is not your final form. You are still regenerating, still healing, still alive with potential. And every small decision matters, including how you eat your avocado. As we age, our bodies undergo significant changes that directly affect how we process food, particularly fats. One of the biggest misconceptions around avocados is the belief that because they contain healthy fats, you can eat as much as you want without consequence. The primary fat in avocado is oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that is indeed beneficial for heart health, supports cellular repair, and can reduce inflammation. However, what many people over 60 don't realize is that even healthy fats are still fats, and they are calorie dense. A single medium avocado contains around 250 to 300 calories, mostly from fat. For someone in their 30s or 40s with a faster metabolism and higher daily energy expenditure, that might not be a concern. But after the age of 60, your resting metabolic rate, the number of calories your body naturally burns at rest, begins to slow down. This means your body requires fewer calories to function, and any excess, especially from fat, is more likely to be stored. That storage often takes the form of visceral fat, the type that accumulates around internal organs and dramatically raises the risk for cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and even some forms of cancer. Additionally, excessive fat intake, even from clean sources like avocado, can place added stress on your liver and gallbladder. These organs are responsible for digesting fats, and in older adults, that process becomes less efficient. Too much fat can lead to bloating, indigestion, and in some cases, gallstone formation. So while avocados can be part of a healing diet, the key is dosage. You wouldn't take a handful of pills just because one helps. In the same way, eating large portions of avocado daily without regard to your body's changing needs can quietly derail your health goals. Most people recognize avocados as a symbol of health, creamy, green, packed with nutrients. But what many don't realize is that the moment you slice an avocado and expose it to air, a chemical process begins: oxidation. This is the same process that turns the flesh brown. While a little browning may seem harmless, it's actually a signal that lipid peroxidation is taking place. That's when the healthy fats in the avocado begin to degrade, forming harmful compounds known as lipid peroxides. These compounds don't just taste off, they can actively contribute to oxidative stress in the body, which is one of the silent accelerators of aging and chronic disease. For those over 60, this matters more than ever. The natural antioxidant defenses in your body are already declining with age. That means you're more vulnerable to oxidative damage, which has been directly linked to conditions like Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, joint inflammation, and even impaired immune response. Eating oxidized avocado, especially frequently, can unintentionally feed that fire instead of cooling it. Another overlooked danger is what avocado is often eaten with. Guacamole paired with fried tortilla chips, avocado smeared on white toast, or sandwiches with processed meats and cheeses might feel satisfying, but they introduce trans fats, sodium, and refined carbs. These combinations spike blood sugar, damage the gut microbiome, and increase inflammation at a cellular level. The result is a metabolic environment that supports weight gain, insulin resistance, and cognitive decline. The power of avocado lies in its synergy with the right partners: leafy greens, tomatoes, nuts, seeds, or wild fish. When combined with whole anti-inflammatory foods, the nutrients in avocado can be properly absorbed and put to good use. But when mixed with processed or degraded components, its benefits are compromised and in some cases reversed. One of the most important, but often overlooked aspects of nutrition in seniors is how food interacts with medications. After age 60, it's common to be on prescription drugs, whether for high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or blood thinning. What many people don't realize is that foods, even healthy ones like avocado, can significantly influence how these medications work in the body. Avocados are naturally high in vitamin K, a fat-soluble vitamin that plays a crucial role in blood clotting. For someone on anticoagulants like warfarin, this can become a serious concern. Suddenly increasing avocado intake can interfere with the medication's ability to regulate clotting, potentially leading to dangerous health outcomes, either increasing the risk of clot formation or causing excessive bleeding. Another issue is fat intake. Avocados are rich in healthy fats, but too much fat in the diet can slow the absorption of certain medications. Some drugs, particularly those for heart health or diabetes, are sensitive to how and when they're absorbed. If you consume a high-fat meal, it can delay or alter how the medication enters your bloodstream. For seniors whose metabolism and digestive efficiency are already slowing, this added variability can lead to less predictable treatment outcomes. It can also worsen side effects like nausea, bloating, or fatigue. Portion control becomes vital not just for weight management, but for maintaining safe and stable medication levels. Eating a whole avocado every day without considering your prescription regimen may seem harmless, but it can quietly create imbalances in your treatment. This is why it's essential to communicate with your doctor or pharmacist about your diet, especially when it includes foods high in fat or vitamin K. Understanding how food and medicine interact empowers you to use both effectively, avoiding setbacks that can otherwise go unnoticed until real damage is done. There's a growing trend of looking for a single miracle food that promises to heal, rejuvenate, and reverse aging. For many, avocado has become that symbol, a creamy, nutrient-rich powerhouse that seems to offer it all. But the truth is, no single food can carry your health on its back, especially after the age of 60. As powerful as avocado is, relying on it alone while neglecting the broader picture of your lifestyle is a dangerous mistake. Good health isn't built on isolated nutrients, it's built on a network of habits that work together in harmony. Longevity science has shown us that the people who live the longest, healthiest lives, those in blue zones and other longevity hotspots, don't just eat avocados, they walk daily, eat mostly plant-based meals, get deep, regular sleep, maintain strong social bonds, and find meaning in everyday life. These factors work together to reduce inflammation, lower stress hormones, protect the brain, and support a resilient immune system. Avocado can play a role in that ecosystem, but it cannot replace it. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, if I eat this one superfood, I can offset poor sleep, chronic stress, processed food, or inactivity. But biology doesn't work that way, especially not after 60, when your systems become more sensitive and less forgiving. This is the stage of life when precision matters. It's when your body becomes more responsive to the quality of your choices rather than just the quantity. That means choosing a wide variety of colorful, whole foods, staying hydrated, staying active, and cultivating emotional well-being. Avocado is not a cure. It's a nutrient-rich ally. But if it's the only piece of your wellness puzzle, the picture will always remain incomplete. Real health comes when you bring all the pieces together with intention and consistency. So as we bring all of this together, let me leave you with one clear truth: your health at any age, especially after 60, is not determined by one food, one habit, or one decision, but by the consistent, mindful choices you make every single day. Avocados, while incredibly nutrient-rich, can either support or sabotage your health depending on how you use them. The 6 mistakes we've explored today are not about fear, they're about awareness. They're about taking a food you already believe in and learning how to use it wisely with respect for your changing body, your medications, your metabolism, and your long-term goals. The real power of food lies not just in what it contains, but in how you incorporate it into a life that honors balance, connection, and purpose. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You still have the ability to regenerate, to heal, to protect your brain, your heart, your joints, and your quality of life. That potential doesn't expire, and neither should your commitment to living better, starting with the next bite you take.